Okay, I'll call the meeting to order at 4:30, looks like. This meeting is being recorded. If any other person present is doing so, you must notify the chair at this time. I see Jaden.
John Moran is recording under Jaden's name.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, roll call. David Singer's on vacation. Mayor?
I'm here.
Butch is here. Chief? Present. David M? No. Steve? No. Jen Stromstad, I thought I saw Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Hi, Jen. Amy? No. Amy? No. No. Jim Wynn?
Jim Ware.
Yeah. Carol Collins is present. And Gene Wall is present. We have a quorum. Wonderful. Okay, first item on the agenda is approving the minutes for June the 16th. Here had mailed them out some time ago.
Almost.
Who's that?
Chief Strand, so moved.
Okay, Chief, second.
Second.
Okay, thanks, Jen. Any further discussion on the minutes? See everybody? Okay. Back to my cheat sheet. Mayor?
Yes.
Butch, yes. Chief?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Carol?
I'm going to abstain. I wasn't there.
Okay, and on that, and Gene Wall?
Yes.
Yes, passes. Thank you very much. Okey-doke.
We call Jim Wynn.
Jim Wynn? Can I call Jim?
He's on mute.
Yeah. Jim, how'd you vote on that?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna zoom back at him, get.
His sound is horrible.
Yeah.
Could turn off the camera.
Is that Amy? It just jumped on? No, that's Roger. Hey, Roger. Sorry, my glass is only good for here, not for up there. Okay, budget updates. Neil Joyce is on vacation. He'll have a budget update for us for the next meeting. He said there's really nothing that's changed much at all along the budgeting lines. So that's really all I have for the budget updates. If anybody's got any question, Roger's are here, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything of significance or any change.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the grant updates. And the grant, some of the requirements of the grant has created a situation where the executive committee had to meet last Friday. That would be myself, David Singer, the mayor, the chief, the full team of Pete Pacheco Ross and Neil Joyce to discuss the requirements of the grant. And the requirements have required us to kick the can down the road for a couple of weeks to get materials into them. Simultaneously, they've extended the time for us to do that. And I would just like maybe Katrina to explain sort of what's been created. Initially, the sub bids were due in on the 21st, I think, of July. And the general was due in on, I have it here. Subs were due on the 20th and the general was due on the 27th. And we needed to move the sub bids until August 10th and the general to August 24th. So maybe you can just explain the complicated process that has evolved and we're in to get to that point.
I'll try, Chairman. So as you said, the filed subbids, okay, so these are the subcontractors. Their bids were due originally, I think, on the 21st of July. And the information that we've been putting together for the outbuilding, which is, has been growing and has gotten a little more complicated. We need more time to put that information into the bid package. We did inform the executive group that the information that the contractors need was not already in the package when it was sent out. In order for us to do a good job and make sure that they've got the best information to do a proper bid, we are and meet the requirements of the grant in describing it and getting pricing for it. We needed this extension of time. So the 3 weeks additional, and it's just a hair under 3 weeks, it's actually 20 days, putting the subcontractors bids due on August 10th. And then the general contractors bids due on August 24th. What that allows us to do as the architect, will get the package information out to the contractors, and they will have enough time to include the information in their bid. What it also allows the city to do is see what the bid numbers come in at and have enough time, I think it's a 30-day window after the general contract bids come in, to make a decision on awarding the bid. And at that time frame, we are expecting, from what I've heard from the chief and the mayor, potentially the city will hear whether the award or whether the grant has been awarded. That would cover not only the outbuilding, but some EOC components that go into the main building. I hope that answers most of the question about the time frame, but please let me know if you have questions.
Yeah, so the executive committee sort of felt the importance of pursuing, the grant with almost $1 million, certainly overweighed a couple of half weeks of putting, the sub and the general contract bids out. And we've talked with Katrina and Dennis and company in trying to make up that time along the way. And Katrina has said, if you'll reiterate, that there are opportunities along the way for a potential for us to make up that time, because we're always concerned about the end game here and paying for the temporary on the backside as we push the dates further forward. So hopefully, along the way, we can recoup that time and bring us a little more back in line with our schedule. Sure, Laura?
When will I be able to post an addendum moving those dates?
We have done so already.
Okay,
That was an addendum that was issued Monday, the 11th. The significance of getting that addendum out to ATJ, or whatever the name of that company is that the bidders need to have that time and understand that there's an extension. Like I was said before, is if they get an addendum right before bids are due, they're going to start crying foul. We don't want to
Exactly.
create that situation for anyone. So that extension was communicated on Monday, is my understanding.
Okay.
That's when we sent it out.
okay.
Right. That was part of the need for us to meet on Friday, because that addendum one had to be out by Monday afternoon. Otherwise, we would have waited to this meeting and discussed it with the full committee and had everybody weigh in on it. But the time and the spontaneity of the issue created the necessity for us to do that. And we felt, and David Singer felt, that it was certainly in the best interest of the city and the taxpayers and the project and the fire department to make that decision on Friday. So that's what we did. So everything now should be moving forward, right, Katrina?
That is correct.
And along that line, so our next meeting would have been at the end of this month, but there's really nothing that we would be able to, there won't be anything new for that meeting. And with the subs coming in on the 10th, the 11th is a Thursday. So I'm sort of proposing that our next meeting be on that Thursday. At least we'll have an opportunity to look at the sub bids and go over them. That would not give the designer and the OPM and probably Laura an opportunity to review the, do the due diligence on subs that come in so that they can be in a position to say the lowest bidder is done everything they were supposed to do. But at least we'll have an opportunity to see them. And so I'm sort of proposing that our next meeting be on August 11th, Thursday. That's good with everybody. We probably should have a vote on that if somebody wants to maybe make a motion.
It's already set in there. So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on moving our meeting up to the 11th? Seeing none. Mayor?
Yes.
Butch, yes. Chief?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And Jean?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the next item, which is the design status updates. I think you probably covered that unless there's anything new you want to bring up along those lines.
Just the project is out to bid. We did issue that first addendum with not only the date change, but some clarifications. We are starting to get a lot of questions in from bidders. And I know Adam's been keeping track of, how many of each category of contractors we've kind of seen questions from. And he knows how many are plan holders, so we're aware of what's going on with the bid situation. And it sounds right now that we've got a good number of people asking questions and looking at the documents. So I would say it's in a healthy place at this moment. We always want more, but it's not horrible, if I can say that. That's my update.
Perfect. Any questions for Katrina along the lines of an update on the design process, bid process? Okay. It's kind of a short meeting.
I did have a question, come to think of it.
Sure, go ahead, Mary.
A little delayed response here. Backing up to the bids going out mid-August. When do we expect them back?
So the subcontractors for the filed sub bids are due August 10th. I will likely be there in person, sitting at that table with
Okay.
Neil. And that's when they will be opened as part of public record.
Okay,
And I appreciate the question because I did want to bring this up, that the process is we get the bids in for those. And Neil, I believe, does the due diligence of making sure all the paperwork is in order. All of these contractors have been pre-approved. So it's just a matter of making sure they've got all their documentation in order. Then 2 weeks later, on August 24th, that's when the general contract bids are due. And again, there will be a public opening. I'll sit there and we'll be seeing the results. But the meeting on the 11th that you just agreed to have on the 11th, that's where you'd get to see those results of the filed sub bid directly. And, if you want to talk about it, we can say, oh, well, this is great. It's nice to have 11 of these and 2 of those and so forth, but at least you'll see the results there. And we should, I think, have an idea of at least how that part is going. Until the 24th, we won't know the entire picture of the bids.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I can say, as Neil has said in the past, it's kind of a halftime score for the sub-bid results.
Yeah.
But it gives you an indication of where things are headed.
Perfect. Any other questions for Katrina along that line? I kind of abbreviated this agenda because I thought the mayor was not going to be here and be on vacation.
Next week after next.
So I dropped off the Eversource and railroad piece, but I don't think there's anything new with that. So we'll put that on for the next meeting.
Actually, Bob does have an update,
He does.
apparently.
Yeah, so there is a slight update. So Dennis made some new contacts, or somebody from the firm from Pacheco Ross did new contacts, and we have a new name. So the mayor and I will be talking about that tomorrow morning, and we will come up with a new strategy to go and ask for the land that we need very shortly.
I hope you get a response, right?
Thank you, Pacheco Ross, for helping out with that.
Right.
You're welcome. It was a good opportunity. We heard somebody said, hey, I've got a connection here. And I said, oh, do you know somebody in Greenfield?
Okay, temporary fire station updates. Anything new down there?
No, we're still here.
Comfortable. Getting comfortable. Okay, any questions for the chief on that? None? Okay, any new business? Any new business, anybody? No? Well, we're at that wonderful time. Motion
Wait, wait,
for,
wait, before, can I,
yeah,
with the minutes, going back to,
yeah.
not, I thought there were two sets of minutes to be approved? Or was that June 16th?
That was June 16th.
I thought.
So I was
Did
there.
say second, ones from
I think
May.
it was May 26th.
Oh.
That was the meeting I wasn't at, so am I allowed to change my vote to yes?
Sure. Oh, you were at the
I
16th.
wasn't, I'm in there.
Sure. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are, because I had to look to see. Yes. You can change your vote.
With my name
yes.
spelled right, I always
You're right.
when it's spelled.
Geez, I printed, because I printed it all off when he sent it to me and it didn't print too, so.
They were in two separate documents.
Why? Okay. So that was May
26th.
26th. I'll be sure to
Remember
do
those
that
next
next
meeting.
time. Yeah. Minutes. Okay. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second,
Yay. There's my voting list here. Mayor?
yes.
Butch, yes. Chief?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you,
thanks.
everybody.
New
Thank you.
record.
Yeah, it is
New
a
record.
record. Bye.